Hello there, everybody! It's time for another board game, How to Play. And this time we've got Yukon Salon. There we go, Yukon Salon. Take a look at the front and the back. Really unique game. As far as artwork, very, very unique. Interesting mechanics in there. The card layout is definitely something different, and I'll show you guys the anatomy of the cards. So I'm gonna open it up, show you the components, and do a little how to play with 2 players. This is definitely a game that I think is better 4-player rather than a 2-player. Recently, I played a couple rounds of this 2-player, and it just didn't have enough bite to it. Maybe 4 players would change that entirely. So let's go ahead and dig in. Yukon Salon is a game where you are a hairstylist. You're a hairstylist and you need to style lumberjacks and bears as your clients. Those are the 2 type of clients you have in this game. With the bears, you will create a hairstyle. With the lumberjacks, you're gonna create beard styles. We have 2 different types of decks. We have a client deck and we have a style deck. The style deck's gonna have things like hairdos. So we have hairdos right here. And in this person's hand, we have the Dutch, the fashionista, and the bougie. There we go. You can use them as both beards and hairstyles. And the thing that's really cool about this game is the way they've designed the cards to be able to rotate so it matches and fits either way. So let's take a look at the anatomy of some of these cards. So here we have a client, we have one of the bears, and we have the ability this bear is gonna give you once you get them in your gallery. So whenever you successfully hairstyle a bear or a lumberjack, they will go to your gallery and give you this ability going forward. And every hairstyle will match with numbers like this that you need to try to match with a die roll. And that's what happens. It's really cute artwork. I like the artwork. I like the Yukon theme they've put in this with the bears and the burly lumberjack men. And I really like the way they made these style cards. That's the way they rotate, so they can be either beards or they can be hairdos. So this would be like a hairdo on this bear. But here in this lumberjack, this would actually be a beard, as you can see, just like that. And then they would match up differently. So the lumberjack, when the card rotates, it matches up these wood pieces right here, just like that. And the bears are obviously the 5. Now, the clients will actually have an ability that once you get them in your gallery, this ability is an ongoing ability. The bears would have the same type of thing. The hairstyles have an ability too, but their abilities are one-time shot once you style a client. So draw 2 styles. This one right here is draw 1 style when you put it on the bear. So it depends on who you're trying to style and for which ability you're gonna get. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. So when you're matching these styles up with the clients, you need to see what the abilities are that you're gonna get one time on your turn, the one-time ability from the style, and the ongoing ability from the lumberjacks. Now I have it set up here for a 2-player game, and when you set up a 2-player game, you need to pull out 9 clients out, and then the rest are gonna be right here. So like I said earlier, just 2 decks. You have the client decks, which is, you're not left with a whole lot. As you can see, you're not left with a whole lot in the game. So the games do go by fast. And then the style deck that you draw more styles. And a lot of the clients are very, very similar. I mean, yes, they have different faces and stuff, but you have girl bears and boy bears, but they are very, very similar. Hairy lumberjack men, these boy and girl bears, okay? I think they're boy bears too. Well, there's a lot of girl bears. Oh, maybe they're all girl bears. I don't know. I thought there was some that were actually boys, but maybe I am mistaken. 2 wooden dice that are really, really cute looking. The bear symbol is a 1 on the die. And I really love wooden die. Yes, they're lighter. They're lighter than their alternative plastic or metal dice that you can buy out there. But recently, a lot of the games I've been purchasing are using these wood style dice. And I think they just feel so good. And even though they're lighter, they just feel good in your hand when you're rolling them. I'm a big fan of that. You get a reference card as well. And the reference card tells you how to style a client. And it will tell you your 3 actions. You have 3 different types of actions you can take on your turn. Seat a client, draw a style card, and style a seated client. And you have to take 2 of those actions during your turn. If you want to do 2 draws, you can do two draws. If you want to style 2 clients, you can style 2 clients as long as you have the ability to have 2 clients in your salon. So you have your salon area, then you have your gallery. By default, when you first play the game, your max is 1 client you can seat. But later on, what happens is you'll get lumberjacks that will actually allow you, or bears that will allow you to give you a +1 seat capacity in your salon, so you can seat 2 if you wanted to at the same time. Styling a client, you have to basically roll the 2 dice. The 2 dice, you have to roll them and match them, the 2 numbers that are aligned on the cards. If you match the 2 numbers, you successfully make them a happy client with your style, and then they go into your gallery. If you fail your roll, you can do a couple things. You could discard some style cards out of your hand, and then each card you discard will give you a +1. Then there's another rule that I'm not a big fan of. I do not like it. I feel like it's more of a socializing rule, and that is that you can make a claim to your client. You can say X amount of things, and the X depends on the number of the client that you have to say. So like this one's a 4, so I would have to say 4 things to this client. 4 reasons why they should keep that style. If you can say 4 different things for this particular one right here, some of them are 5, some of them are 6, some of them are 3. But if you can say that number of things, those number of reasons to that client, you can actually do a re-roll. I'm not a big fan of that because I feel like that's a cheap way to get a re-roll. I mean, you have all these other mechanics in here of discarding style cards to give you a +1 and trying to match, and then you have all these abilities on these cards. But then you have something cheap where you can just say something out loud to them and you can get another reroll. So I feel like that's more of a socializing thing. So if you want to play this game not to win, that you don't really care about winning, then you can probably have that. But I mean, I would probably have a house rule that you can't make claims to the clients. And you have to actually discard style cards if you want to survive the rolls. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the game. So I have it set up for 2 people here, like I said earlier. I'm going to take 1 action, and I'm going to seat a client. I'm going to seat this one right here. I'm going to seat Beatrice, because Beatrice only has a 3. And then what happens is you flip over the next client. So now she is sitting in my salon. Okay, Beatrice, let's see what kind of hairstyle are we going to give you. Hey, Beatrice, let's try the bougie. You want to do a little bougie here? Let's get a little bougie action and put that on there. So that's what Beatrice is going to look like when I match her like that. Just like that. There you go. So I need to roll a 7. But do I need to roll a 7? No. I can discard these 2 cards. So all I need is a 5. All I need is a 5. Because I can discard both of those, and I got a 9. I've got a 9. She is a happy client. She loves the bougie. All right, so since she loves the bougie, she goes into my gallery of a client that is happy. Now we get to the bonus action. Every hairstyle has a bonus action. With this one, it says, steal 1 style from a player's hand. Ooh. So, all right, so we're going to do that bonus. That bonus action only happens on this turn. It does not stick around. So I'll just steal a random style card. Haha. So I stole the SAR as a hair or beard style. This client also gives me a bonus on every other turn going forward, and that bonus is going to be a +1 to all rolls. This person's going to go over here now. So now they only have 4 cards. What they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and sit somebody. Let's see. Who are we going to seat? They're going to do Mabel. Why not? They'll do Mabel. Let me bring these down a little bit just so I can bring these cards there. Now we flip over the next client. There we go. So Mabel gives +1 to seat capacity. So this person could seat an additional client if they want to, if they can get them in their gallery successfully. So let's take a look at what we got. We got the Selena, the Gracie, the Royale, the Wendy. What are we going to do here? Well, the Bears are all going to use these neon signed values. So that's already a 4. So maybe what they'll do is they'll do the Wendy. So we'll put the Wendy up here. So that's a 4 and a 2. So all I need is a 6 to match that. But they can discard 3 cards if they wanted to. So all they need is a 3 to be successful. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, and look, it's a 6. Haha. They go in the gallery as a successful, happy hairdo on a client. The bonus for the hairstyle is draw 2 styles. So they get to draw 2 styles. So now they got 5 cards, and then they have +1 to their seat capacity. So on their next turn, if they wanted to, they could sit 2 clients. If there's a couple clients they really want in their salon, they can go for it. Let's take a look at some of the other hairstyles. I don't know, did I show you some of the other hairstyles here? Probably not. I just want to show you some of these too. I like a lot of these styles. We have the Kraken, the Odango, the Fancy Nancy, the Pumpkin King, the Veronique, the Beehive, the Fop Mop. I like that, the Fop Mop. The Ooh La La, the Ooh La La. That is fantastic, the Ooh La La. That is great. The Jupiter, the Homesteader, the Dandy, the Zeus, the Permanent Wave, the Kringle, the Viking, the Ultimate Form. Dude, bonus points for this. Absolute total bonus points for this. The fact that they put a Super Saiyan haircut in the game from Dragon Ball, and they call it the Ultimate Form, that is bonus points. The Pineapple, the Weeping Willow, the Alice, the Updo, the Cuttlefish, and the Jethro. So there are some of the other styles that are in the game. So now let's go ahead and get onto the next one. I'm just going to do one more little round here real quick, and then I'm going to end it because it's very, very simplistic. So I'm going to go to the next person here. Let's go ahead and seat somebody. Let's do this right here. We got the Naughty Pierre. Ooh, he's so naughty. So we got the Naughty Pierre. He only needs a 3. And then let's see if we can match them with something. Let's go ahead and do the, let's do the Fashionista. The Fashionista is a little crazy, yes? It is. There we go. He's got a nice long beard. So I need to roll a 9. Actually, I can discard these 2 as long as I get a 7, right? Let's see. Maybe I can get a 7, please. Oh, wow. Look at that, a 10. Woohoo. Now, they go into... Oh, you know what? This bear would have given me a +1 to my roll anyway. So I actually needed a little less than I said earlier. Now, what is the ability? Return a seated client to the lobby. Well, no one has a seated client in the lobby. This one also gives me a +1 roll. So now, with these 2 clients in my gallery, I get +2 on all my rolls going forward. All right, so what's that ability? +1 seat capacity. So that one's a +1 seat capacity. I think this player here might, they're going to seat somebody. They're definitely going to seat somebody. Maybe they'll seat that and see what the flip is. All right, so we got this lumberjack on the flip. Are they going to seat somebody else? Because that one's going to give me a +1 to seat capacity. You know what? Why not? They'll just seat another person. Maybe they'll just seat another lumberjack. And then there's the next client in the lobby. All right, so how do you win this game? What you do is you successfully hairstyle the bears or the lumberjacks. You put them in your gallery. And at the very end, you count all the points, the matched up points for every single client. You add them up. So here we got 7 + 9. That's 16 right now. And this person over here only has 6. Some of these clients will give you bonus points too for the points. Like this bear right here gives you a +1 for each yellow corsage. So if there were other bears, like if these 2 bears, for example, were in the gallery, then they would get +2 points for the corsage bonuses. So you do have points bonuses as well. And all you do is total up points for the clients. Whoever has the most points for their clients in their gallery wins the game. And that is it. That is it. A really, really easy game. I like the artwork. I like the styles, the way, I think it's genius how these rotate for head styles, and then they rotate like that for beard styles, and the numbers are in different areas where they match up lumberjacks and bears. I absolutely love that. I like the wooden dice. I like the different hairstyles. Now, 2 things I don't like about this game. I said earlier, the claims. I hate making the claims. I think that's cheap to get another reroll. Unless you're playing socially just for fun, you're drinking or whatever, and you don't care. In that kind of instance, it's okay. But if you're playing to actually win against other people, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. The other thing is I think the game feels a little light. It feels a little light. I feel like this game is an expansion away from being pretty good. Right now, I think it's okay. I feel like it's more of a 4-player game rather than a 2-player game. It was kind of okay as a 2-player game. It was a little boring because there just wasn't enough strategy elements to it. There wasn't enough messing around with opponents, and it was just the 2 of us. So I think maybe with a 4-player, it would change the dynamic a little bit to be a little bit more engaging. So I definitely think it's better as a 4-player. But I feel like they need to add a little bit more to this game. Maybe take the claims thing out and add maybe another deck, maybe another different type of deck with different type of cards that you can use in the game and make them a little bit more strategy based and kind of affecting the way the gallery is. Maybe that could be another thing they can add is can they put something in that will actually affect someone's gallery and kind of switch things up, so that will cause a little chaos. So a few more mechanics to kind of just change things up a little bit, and more clients, more styles. I think the amount of styles and the amount of clients they're having here is kind of light. Maybe introduce a couple other different types of clients, maybe some lumberjack women. I don't know, something like that would be kind of nice. I feel like it's just a little too light. It needs a little bit more meat. And it's one of those games, every now and then you come across a game that you feel like it's just 1 or 2 expansions away from being much, much better. And that's how I feel about this game. I dig the art. I dig the theme. I think it's unique. It's cool, but I'm waiting. I'm going to wait for an expansion to hit for this game. And once that expansion comes out, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to try it again with the expansion to see if it makes it better. I'm hoping it survives to that point where it can actually get an expansion. But yeah, so this is Yukon Salon, guys. It's a unique little game. It's got beautiful dice to it too, so I like it. So anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.